What? Shirley, what are you talking about?
Okay. Now, this is the name of the section, but don't freak out, okay? It's nothing like the proofs that we've done. That's just what it's called. Okay, it's just what it's called. But luckily, what it all really is it should all be like review. It's just like the mix of 3 sections all together. Okay? So maybe like I think there's like 2 sections from last semester and then 1 section from this semester. It's just 3 things like put together. Okay? With these coordinate proofs, okay, that's what they're called. We're going to be working with triangles, okay? So we're going to be given coordinates of triangles where we have to plot those coordinates, and then we need to find the distance of those coordinates. So if I'm finding the distance, what do I need to use to find distance? Yeah, the distance formula. So we're going to be working with the distance formula again. Can anyone tell me what that is? Okay. This is that distance formula. Now, if you do x2 minus x1 or y2 minus y1, that's fine as well. But I'm just going to put it like this, okay? So we're going to be using this distance formula, so we're going to need to remember how to use that again, okay? But this time when we're solving, okay, we do have to remember to simplify in the simplest radical form. So last time we did distance formula, I just said leave your answer as a square root unless it comes out as a whole number. But this time you need to put it in the simplest radical form. Okay, but we're going to be using this distance formula. Then we just need to identify, is it going to be a scalene or isosceles triangle? If it's scalene, what does it mean for a triangle to be scalene? All the sides are what? Yeah, unequal. All right, what about isosceles? Yeah, 2 of them are equal. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to pull up an example. Okay, so we're just going to pay attention to just this left one for right now. All right, but it's going to give me the coordinates on the top right here. So it gives me points. It says A is negative 7, 4, B is 0, 3, and C is negative 2, negative 1. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to plot it. So when you do this for your homework, okay, you're going to have to plot first before you do anything else. So I'm going to go ahead and mark those points. And negative 2. Perfect. Okay, and I'm just going to mark that I have A, B, and C. So it's going to plot, all right, and then right here it says, how could you prove that triangle ABC is isosceles? By demonstrating which of these options is it going to be? Because what makes a triangle isosceles? Yeah, 2 sides are equal. So I'm going to select it has 2 sides of equal measure. Now, the next part says prove ABC is isosceles. Okay? All we're doing is we're just solving for all the sides. Okay? When you do isosceles, you just have to tell me which 2 sides are congruent. All right? So I'm going to go ahead and move and put my points here. So I had negative 7, 4. B was 0, 3. And C, try not to mix my C with my parentheses, negative 2, negative 1. All right, so I'm going to just move this down and we're just going to solve. Okay, so let's start with A, B. All right, how am I going to put this into the equation for AB? What? So I'm going to plug it into the distance formula. Squared plus 4 minus 3 squared. Okay, what's negative 7 minus 0? and then plus 4 minus 3, which is squared. What's a negative number squared? Positive. And then what's 1 squared? 1. That gives me square root 50. Can I simplify square root 50? Okay, what can I take out? 25 and 2. And what's the square root of 25? So what's AB's answer? Okay, there's AB. All right, now I need to do the same thing for BC and then AC. Okay, so I'm going to do this. Let's do BC. Okay, so how can I put it into the equation for BC? Oops, I don't know why I put a comma. Minus negative 2 squared plus minus negative 1 squared. What's 0 minus negative 2? What happens when we have minus a negative number? It comes positive, so we have 2 squared plus, then 3 minus negative 1, what would that be? 4 squared. 2 squared is what? 4 squared is what? Add those together and we get, can this be simplified? What can I take out of it? Yeah, square root 4, square root 5. What is the square root of 4? So what does BC equal? Okay, so are these the same? If these are not the same, okay, then we have to do AC. All right, and AC has to be the same as one of those. Okay, so let's do AC. How can I put this into the equation? Who can tell me? Negative 7 minus negative 2 squared plus 4 minus negative 1 squared. What's negative 7 minus negative 2? We get negative 5 squared plus 4 minus negative 1. What's negative 5 squared? What's 5 squared? So if we get square root 50, what is this one the same as? AB, okay, because we got square root 50 right here. So AC is also 5 square root 2. Okay. So we're not writing anything where we have to put any statements or reasons. We're just solving for those sides. And then when you like see this into delta math, okay, you'll have to just select it's isosceles, meaning it has 2 congruent sides. Now, if you notice, all right, there are other options right here about other options right here, okay? And some of them have perpendicular. Now, the way I assign this is you should not have any answers that have perpendicular, okay? We're just going to be working with isosceles and scalene. Those are the only questions that you should be getting, okay? So the only 2 options you should really be putting are it has 2 sides of equal measure or it has 3 sides of unequal measure, okay? Those are the only two examples that we're going to be working with. All right, I'm going to have you do number 2 on your own. So do number 2 on your own. All right, you don't have to plot it. You just have to tell me if it's isosceles or scalene and then the 3 sides. The 3 side values that you get. So those coordinates are at the top. I'm going to just zoom in on them so you guys can see them. Okay, there. You can see them a little bit better. So there are the 3 sets of coordinates. Go ahead and do this for me, Caleb. Where's your get paper out? Pencil? I know, but you can't do anything with that pencil. All right, so I'll give you a couple minutes, so go ahead and keep working on it.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not pick out.
You should not get a negative number. Well, you're forgetting to square.
Still square of -1.
Well, you forgot to square these. See how you square right there? So it should have been -4 squared. 3 squared. Because what happens when you square a negative? Yeah. I'm sorry. Because it has to be like a multiple. Is 64 times 1, 65?
Oh my gosh.
All right, perfect. Thank you. Just ignore it. It's for house. I don't think so.
I'm just putting it in my calculator. It's just over 65. I got 5. And 5 squared.
Yeah, you can always put it in your calculator and check.
Yeah. I might have been able to pick up the because I did -9 plus 5 squared and then 1 plus 2. I put lashes on like clusters and then they fell off when I was sleeping. I woke up, they were all over my pillow. No, sorry, I think you were the one I told you about. No, it was a one. Okay, I wake up with them all over your pillow. No, you told me no, but I literally woke up and they were all over my bed. I was hilarious. like the clusters, I put them on. No, not last night. It was like a few days ago. But I wore them all. I wore them during the day, and they were supposed to stay for 2 weeks, and they didn't stay for the night. They were just gone, and I was going through it. And I did not want to. Oh man, I know what this is.
No, I can look up there. I don't know what you're doing. I just can't see the coordinates on my screen. Put in your calculator and see if you can. Well, I wasn't mean in a mean way. But that's how you can always check.
My friend did, but I can get it. It was like, and my coach asked me this.
Alright, are we all finished? Give me 30 more seconds.
Funny guy. Guy's name's Nicky.
Alright, once we did this, did we get it? Is it isosceles or scalene? Scalene, because what makes it scalene? 3 unequal sides. Okay, so perfect. So on this one, who could tell me what they got for side TU? Just 5, not square root 5. You should get just 5, because the square root of 25 is 5. Okay? So you should get just 5. Who can tell me what they got for UV? Someone else. What? Square root 65. Perfect. Alright, then finally TV. Who can tell me what they got? Yeah, Maddie? 5 square root 2. Okay. Do we have any questions? You can see all of them right here. TV. Can you see it? Do we have any questions? I wasn't listening. Do we have any questions? Okay. That's all we're doing today. I'll give you guys the rest of class to work on homework. All right. Now, just so you know, I had to assign individual questions. So on each question, you only get 5 attempts.